Good evening. It's May the 4th. It's something like Memorial Day or something in the Netherlands. Remember casualties in the war. That was basically from the Second World War, I guess. But everyone after that as well. Let's start the show. Welcome back. We have been looking at Blazor add-ins over the past couple of weeks, maybe the past year already. This one was triggered by Raul, who posted an issue on the Blazor sample when using OfficeJS adding commands. So we are going to look a little bit more into that. Already came a long way, but let's go into the code window. Because I saw some updates there from Raul. Where's my cursor? What screen has my cursor there? There's this one. Create a repository with the updated version. Let's go into the offsets in samples and have a look at the issue list here. I think it's now closed. Although it's probably open again, making a TypeScript Blazor adding. I think it's this one. So Raul had some great progress, I think, by getting it to work together with David in the TypeScript version. And let's have a look at this repo there. I've been too quick to close. In here. So let's get that copy. See data repos. Let's make a new folder there. 2023-05-04 today. CD 2023-05-04. Then GitHub repo, clone, and then the version from Raul. I think Raul is from France. Raul, maybe? Not sure if it's pronounced that way, but CD Excel, Blazor. There's probably a solution in there, yes. Excel, Blazor, solution. Let's kick that in. I think I updated VisStudio already last Tuesday, preparing some other things. Hard to find that. Let's have a look. So there are a couple of things in here that I think Raul did. Oh, there's another update again. Pages. I think he put the code in this one, index razor.js. It's an awaiter, adopt, a lot of stuff there. Generator. And some starter code. and call static local component. Such a thing as this. Source mapping URL index razor.js.map. And this is a TypeScript thingy. And the way he's triggering this is basically loading the JavaScript, I think, in this one. By pointing out where it's located. Here. Basically inserts a script tag. And from that, he's also using, I think, the index razor in. Let's see what's loading in the manifest file. No, that's not a manifest file. This is the manifest file. Like the functions thingy. Functions URL. That's index.html. That's basically the root page, this one. He's not loading this because this is not working, I guess. And the comment in here was if you change the declaration by adding this, I think, then it was working. Global variable. Did he also put this one in? Associate. There. That's in the JavaScript file here as well. What David added in here was this part. No. Instead of this, it's something like this. Can only be used in TypeScript files. That's here. Change the declaration as follows. It works for me, so that's probably in here already. Let's take this out again. let's see if it's working or not. Let's hit F5 and see what's happening. That doesn't build. First run of project transpiles the JavaScript with the erroneous instructions line 88 from line 4 in the TS file. After deletion of the JS line, the project run accordingly. Question is, where did he put this? I don't think it's allowed to put it in here. This can only be used in TypeScript files. Apparently. Does that mean he needs to do something like this? So that's not found. Office is not found. I think the transpiling is somehow failing. So where did he put the... Copy. So that did not work for me. Let's see if I missed something else there. The first run of the project transpiled the JavaScript file with an erroneous instruction line 88 from line 4 in the TS file. That's probably if you take this out. And then this is failing. This one is, I think this one is generated. You're not allowed to put this one in. Here. Because that's complaining that is only for... Oh wait. It is still not working. I wonder if this is transpiled. So what if I take this out? That's gone. This one is a transpiled version, I would guess, from this one. But it's not, it's something different. So that's this one. Let's put it in there. Which version is this? .NET 8. Let's get back to the other version for now. I think that was this one. We changed this a little bit. Interesting is that this one is actually found apparently. Here's this one, call static local component. Call static local component init. That's like in here. This one is loaded when I think here. Let's try to find that. It's a TypeScript version, this one. Find function file. That's in here, the index. So these are loading the global functions. This one. He's doing that in here. Where he's exposing this one. Try. I wonder what he is doing here. This generator thing, a waiter, rejected step. The function is calling a waiter. Let's see what's in the manifest there. The buttons. You have an access there. Label, button open. I'll say chain. That's function name 2. So he's 2 buttons in here, apparently. Let's see this. This one. In this case, like the JavaScript function, that's this one, is able to run this local function. Now he's generating a couple of steps there, like before. Then he invokes the local function. Then he's doing some stopping thing. And if there's an error, then he's doing this one. That could be tricky. I copy all of this, copy. Oh. Notepad. Our favorite coding tool. And another one. Copy. Well, let's do it a little bit different. Let's close this, don't save. Close this, don't save. And just copy the part from here. He's doing the invoke method, Blazor add-in, local function. That's there, C#. So we take that over into this one. Do we have a Blazor function file that we are loading? This one. That's kind of spelling. That's not that important. Static task, and returning an int. By doing so, we're going to, let's first save this function file. We have the copy. I think that should be the same name. Local function. where in JavaScript he's doing this one. The question is, can he find this? Let's go into the code from here. Right now it works here. PS5. I think that was the one that I cloned. Pages, TypeScript here. Oh, then want the TypeScript in JavaScript. There. Including the export thingy there. Let's go to the cache folder here. Let's first run this, see if it's actually running or not. Let's see what's in this file. It's interesting. Oh, it's going in here. Let's see, what do we have in here? We do have an Excel version with task pane in there. Is that visible for everyone? A little bit further. So if I have this one, click function, it is red, but the question is, did it also put something in the output? No, this is not working, we're not running in admin mode. Okay, let's close that. Stop this. And open it again. Running as admin. I think it's this one. No, that's not the right one. That's my website. So let's close that again. Once it's finished loading, yeah, close it again. Reopen it as admin. So it's the Excel. This one, I think. Here you can see this TS5, so that was the latest version. Let's run this again. Also, let's put a breakpoint on code here. Oh, there is a... No, that's not a breakpoint. Blazor function, this one. No. This one. 9. Currently not hit. Do you have the functions file in here? See if we can do this. That's not stopping. It is the red one. It's this one. It's not breaking in here, but sources. It's in here. Looks like the debugger is not attached to this one. Now it's yellow. What? It's this one. Oh, So was that already the case if we do that twice? Run it again. Looks like it's actually working in the second run. Now it's red. Now it's yellow. God damn. Oh, more JavaScript, yes. Hello, Scott. Finally doing some C#. I'm trying to address C# from JavaScript, but the tricky part is that we want to call into JavaScript C# function. Listen to me, a JavaScript C# function. Can you call C# from JavaScript? That's what we are working on here. And I can show you the C# thingy there. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't put it in here. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, I put it in here. But the first time it's going into, we have this, this is the JavaScript file where we enter the highlight selection. JS Invocable is supposed to make JavaScript call that, yeah. What I click on is this button here. This function 1 button. That function function 1 button hits the highlight selection thing. Well, actually, it is usually it's not possible, but it's possible in the Blazor context. And I'm kind of forcing the Blazor context in, and that's the tricky part here. Blazor is allowing to do that. So what I'm doing is highlight selection, and in the highlight selection I'm trying to call this one, call static local component method in it. That's this one, another JavaScript function, but the JavaScript function is calling the .NET invoke method async on the Blazor add-in, calling the local function there. And the local function is defined in this C# file. And this C# file is loaded by this Razor file. It's all kind of tricky. And apparently it's not working the first time, but the second run is working. So if we close this again, don't save that. It is, it's a mess, and but we are getting slowly closer to the solution. Because if I try to split this, so what's happening is we're going into the highlight selection there, going into the call static local component in it, and if that is failing, well then it's, if that's failing, it will go into the this one. And it will continue as it will put a red one in there. Now what I wonder is if this is working. It gets a yellow one. But then it stops. Because it's not overruled by the red one. Let me check that again. Oh, wait. Let's clear the cache again here. And run the thingy again. $20,745 points. Is there something that you can do with that points? Did I put something in there? And that's not fair. Why am I number one? I should be filtered, I think. Oh, Scott has 90 points. I'm not sure if that's gambling is working or not. The gamble is disabled. Woo! Sorry for that. I need to do something on the streaming part there. So if I run this and I select something, the first time is red. That means that this one is triggered. And this is triggered if this is not failing. Is it? Gambling is always bad, yeah. I know. The second run, if I do it again, it will be yellow. Are you saying that the context in JavaScript is a Blazor context? I don't know, really. This context is basically the context from the Office environment that defines the things like the workbook with the selected reigns on there and more of these things. But the problem is, because the function thing is not visible, I'm not able to show a debug window. Where's my window? Did it stop? Let's first do this again. Did it stop here somewhere? No. Let's put a breakpoint on the first render on this one. And then stop this. Don't save. Also not sure why this one is not stopping automatically. This is mine. Let's hit F5 again. Are you using WebAssembly? Yes, I'm using WebAssembly. Where is the... Because this one is the index razor. It's this one. But I would kind of expect this to stop. Why is this not breaking? I guess something is off with my environment. This one is importing this one. Hello button. Public static string, say hello. Yeah, you can do that in the context of the visible debugger, but it's not showing in async function say hello. Invoke method async say hello. Name console log something blah blah blah. Outputs hello John. That's what you would expect. Let's try that. Let's first have a look, because if I do this, it's putting hello world in there. That's working. But I'm not sure why my debugger stopped working here. It should be debugging, breaking on this one as well. No, not on that line. Yeah, it would be. My debugger is not attached anymore. Something is not right here. And if I go to custom table here function, making it red, but it's also not breaking on that thing. So let's try this. Stopping this. Do we have JavaScript debugger enabled? It's kind of tricky because it's a hybrid project. Eh? Let's close this. Maybe that was tricky. Let's go in here. Then get me full screen, but in the meantime do a restart of the VM. Let's see if that takes too long or not. Where is it? Open VM. Connect. Download RDP. You're not able to see this. Keep. Open file. Connect. Bring in the password. Yeah, back to the code window. Should get a fresh thing now. JavaScript debugging is not enabled by default in Visual Studio. Let's check that. I do need to do this as an admin, I think. Oh, let's first try without admin. And the one that I need to open is this one. Let's first have a look at the options. Tools, options, debugging. General. Enable JavaScript debugging. Where did they put it? There. It was disabled. Okay. Let's run this. That should break again. It's not breaking again. Is it? Why is it loading twice? But it's still not breaking. Now it's not breaking on the C# code. Last week it was breaking on my C# code. It's possible to put one there. No. Why is there squiggly? Spelling Blazor is not a word. Well, Blazor. And this one is. Oh, I put the break not in here. Oh, okay. Now let's go into the other one. Custom table function. Oh, now it's going into here. But this is not working because it's not an admin mode. But now, the question is, why is it not getting in here then? It is red, so it's basically this one, and that's not enabled. Loading function file, that's already done. Unexpected 503 response. Unsupported protocol DevTools. Interesting. But the second time I will click the button. Oh, it's breaking. Yeah, it's breaking on this one. F11. That will return yellow. And yellow came from this one. So the first time I think it looks like it's not able to do this, but the second time it is. Why is that? So let's change that with your code there. Copy. Make that here. Let's make that C#. Was this array a strange copy thing there? That should put your name in there. So close this. Then also change a little bit in here. Copy. Oh, this is another function. Let's return that. Something's off here. Just take that out. Put that in here. Name is John. We bring in John in here. We're calling say hello. That's interesting. but it needs to do this one. This is a local one. So if we do it without parameter, let's try that first. That's this one, say hello, copy. Now the question is, can we bring in another parameter? Test. Let's see. Is the question, how do I blah blah blah? Is that a question or is that an showing how to? Refers to this documentation for more details. Oh, now I see why, where you got the result there. That's exactly this example. Pass data to the return array async. Methods will calling invoke by passing the data arguments. The demonstrated pass data make the preceding return array async JS function receive a starting position. Function is called pass as an argument, so that's basically the third one. Either call .NET invoke method async or .NET method invoke method WebAssembly only. So this one is only WebAssembly apparently. Call different method name to execute a return array. Object reference. So back into here, we bring in test to say hello, and the say hello is in here. So let's put the break on there. Now we should get a first break on this one. Why is it loading twice? It's loading twice. It's loading twice and it's not breaking on, and it's now not loading either. It did not happen. Now it's red. Red, that's the first one. This one. Second time. Now it's breaking. Oh. And the first time Blazor is not loaded yet. That's interesting. The test is passed in, so that's okay. Let's also try. Well, that's not possible. I'm not able to do anything in here now. So somehow Blazor is not loaded the first time. Why is Blazor not loaded? Now it's breaking. Looks like there's some delay or something. Why is there a bang? Index razors, character 19 Blazor add-in pages index on render. Yeah. I think this is spelling. This one will load indexrazor.js. This one with the hello button thing. Does that mean that button is also not loading first time? Let's see what we get in the output here. Clear all. DevTools proxy failed to get a list of loaded files. Or do we get a mono error? Blazor add-in, fail, WebAssembly, diagnostics, dev proxy, something, .NET debugger was not found. What does that mean? I don't know why this is happening, but it happened to me and decided to repair the installation of Visual Studio. With that, everything started to work like before. As I said before, I don't know why it happened, but it worked for me. Hopefully I'm not that late because the post is 1 month old. Problem disappears after upgrade project from .NET 6 to .NET 7. Did you manage to solve? It's not late, I did repair the installation. I'll try a fresh install. Yeah, that's a good solution. Not. Resolve that by setting the debug type to portable in the client project. If you use the browser with Chromium, the error will occur, and we are using Chromium. F5. Loading. And now it's doing it again. It's loading it twice. Button. It's working. Close this. Now it's red. Loading. Should be breaking. That's what I would expect. Is it just slow or what is it? No error message. Oh. OfficeJS has not been fully loaded. Okay. Looks like it lost the connection to Office. OfficeJS is available, but did we see something here? Oh, this is stopped. Let's close this again. Let's try that again. F5. Loading and loading once more. It's loading twice. Why is it loading twice? Close this. And go in here. I think it's closed because of this. It's unloading the Office JavaScript thing. Reload. It stops working. Don't save. Let's go to the cache folder. Excel ribbon cache. Let's throw this out. Run again. Surprised why it's loading twice and now it's breaking again. That's a good sign. The question is, if I have this and we close the task pane again, did it just reopen again? Now it's closed. Now it's not loading anymore because it lost the attachment. There's no server running anymore. So why is it loading twice? Clear all. Let's run this again. See if we can get some output here. That's one. That's doing it again. So it starts to run here and system threading. Then we get listening to, it's basically this one. Then we get hosting environment development. Then we get loading function file JS. It's this one. And now hosting in Excel. Office already from showing this one. Was already from function. There, and we are hosting in Excel. That's this one. Then it says Office already. Where did that come from? copy. There. Or this one. Yeah, this one. Oh, it's doing that twice as well. Is it doing that twice? What if we take this one out? Just put the public functions in here. And let Blazor take care of this one. Then it says debug hotkey, Shift Alt D. This application was built with the linking tree disabled. And here it says loading function file again. After started. Then it's loading this one again. Posting Excel, blah blah, then before start it's loading twice. Simply loading the thing twice. So look at this one. Function file. It's the Blazor function file. That should be called Blazor function file. That's a little bit different. That's triggered by this one. That one. Then there's one in here. Function file, but that's no longer used. Kill that. Delete. Delete, 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 delete. It's running, so I can't delete it. Delete function file. Let's try function file again, searching it. That's the one from Blazor. This is loading the Blazor function file. And that's just console out for that. Then we have the function file itself. Loading function file. That's triggered from the index.html there. Then we have sideload something. strings. So that's all. So try this again. Web view out again. Clear the cache. Then check this. Run this. F5. Loading, and it's loading again. Why is it loading twice? Wonder why that's version 6. Here we start function file. We are now before start. Here's Blazor kicked in. Now we're hosting in Excel and Office is ready there. Shift Alt D. Shift Alt D. Now that's data sources. If the application has focus. If we do that, unable to find a debuggable browser tab. I'm back. How is it going? Did you hit a breakpoint? I did hit a breakpoint at some time, but what I see is that the application is basically loaded twice. I see the function file triggered. Then something with mono is happening. Mono was on runtime. Then loading function file again. Who is triggering that? We're getting back into the before start. And hosting Excel again. Debug URL something was exited. Stop here. Consider manually adding C script to the body of the page. Browser refresh. Interesting. So let's try that again. Run. Got it. Custom tab. Now it's loading again. See, this is the first time. Well, it's basically the second time, I guess. What are modules for? The thing returned from invoke async. This one. It's a JavaScript module. What is done here is you get a JavaScript runtime, basically. Blazor is loading the Razor file in the JavaScript file in the context of the Razor file and puts that in the JS module, and from the JS module you're then able to run invoke things from the hello button. That's this one. So it's basically addressing this one. Modules are imports of JavaScript, yes. Yeah, I think so. The annoying thing is that if I close this thing, then I think it's also terminated here. That's not what I want. Inject the JS runtime, yeah. But that's, I think this is a Blazor feature. Because that's done by loading this. No, it's loading this. It's injecting the JavaScript runtime. That's done by Blazor. It's a year ago already. So this is working. Let's kill that. That's not necessary. Clean it up a little bit. Save that. So why is it loading this thing twice? Could it be that this one triggers his own Blazor application? Let's see if the page is still in here. The page is functions, copy. If I go to the manifest here, there should be a reference there, functions. That's this one. But functions only contains a couple of functions. It's having the function highlight selection thingy there. And this one is local and this one is local. So that should not be an issue. This one is yours, but I can remove that now because I incorporated that in here. By calling the .NET runtime, invoke method async, and then I'm going on the Blazor ID and I'm calling say hello with the parameter test. Let's make that Maarten Stam. Or let's make that Scott. Close this. Don't save. Kill the cache folder there. Yeah. Hit F5. Do you permanently have Visual Studio Pro or Enterprise? Yeah, I do have Enterprise, I think. Come on, where's your about? there. Yeah, I have the enterprise version. But this is the preview. Maybe I should try it in the release version. Maybe that's not loading it twice. This one is from my MVP, but I also have one on Corp. Let's see, I was running this, and now if I do custom tab label, it run the function. Now it's not going into the debugger. Is it? It is, but why is it so delayed? Now it will load Blazor function file. 5. So after doing this, it will load the Blazor file. If I now do it again, now it's no longer the first render, but the on after render async is skipped. But now I get this one, passing your name in. But I should do something with that. Instead of bringing in the yellow. Enter text value into Excel cell OfficeJS. That's a number. I want to put some text in there. Do you ever use ChatGPT? Sometimes I play with it. Should ask to do this in ChatGPT and provide me the solution. Let's close this, don't save. You use it a lot at your work? So you get paid for having ChatGPT doing your work? That's super smart. I guess I need to do that also, but ChatGPT is not doing that yet because I'm managing people, a dev team in India, but I don't think I can ask ChatGPT to do that for me. What I could do is create some sort of a chat box, so if they have questions, then they just put the questions in the ChatGPT chat box, and then I'm going to lean back and just sitting there watching it. Where do I set the value? How do I put text into value? That's not JavaScript. Could be something like would be something like set value. I don't think set value. There we have the range. Get used range. Get all get, and then set value. set values, data. What's data in this case? That's an array. Code share. Did you ask ChatGPT to do this? Bring that in the screen. Like so. Copy. Close that. And go back to something here. There we have the run thingy. Basically what I want to do is put it into, where's the say hello thing? There. Let's see, this can go. There's a try in here. No, there's no try in here. Where did it get a catch from? Let's bring this in Notepad again. Oh, the catch is, yeah, okay. So basically you want to do something like this. Async context, and that should be await. So run async context, then make that a fat client instead of the function. Why is it a plus sign? Fat client. That should be okay. Getting the context workbook worksheets, active worksheets. Basically what you can do is do this. Copy. Skip the workbook part. And in here we want to bring in this one. Name and name. And then make that an await, so that's async. And it's no longer cell A1. That's interesting. We can make that a const again. And do that. Save that. This. Something off with mono here. Not sure what is the reason for that. Is that because the JavaScript debugger is enabled? how this is done. If we press function, the first one is red, because that was apparently failing. Oh, and now is the Blazor thing loading. So we have a delayed loading there. Then do it again. Now we get your name's Colin. And there you have it. Ta-da! ChatGPT gets promoted, yes. But yeah, why do... there's two questions here. Why is this thing loading twice? And why... is it failing on the first run? Somehow, first run... This one. This is running the function, so it's already loaded here. Event completed. After render async, try on initialize async. Yeah, but that's the oh, this one. The problem with that is, if I remember correctly, is that this is only possible after the render has been completed. Because if I do this after render, yeah, I think it's pre-rendered. It's double on, so that's not right. That should be a capital thingy. Oh, it's still running. Wait for it to finish. Is that the spelling thing again? Method invoked when the component is ready to start, having received the initial parameters from parents or the render tree, blah blah. Override this method if you want to perform asynchronous operation. Want the component to refresh when that operation is completed. I don't think this is working. Then you get this. You should be getting no longer a task anymore. Then this is not working. So I think it should be actually be this one. And there was a reason for that. Google. And take that into the runtime. Now I want the official documentation here. Invoke the converter, invoke async. Where's the eraser file? The reason is JavaScript needs to be loaded after the page has been rendered. Yeah. And if the pre-rendering is enabled for Blazor, then it tries to load JavaScript before it's rendered, which causes an exception. Where's my eraser file here? Here's eraser. It's an uninitialized, but that's not the JavaScript runtime. There it is. That's the one that I have, I think, on after render async. Yeah, the on after render async lifecycle event isn't called during the pre-rendering process of the on server override the on after render async method to delay JavaScript interrupt calls until after the component is rendered and interactive on the client after pre-rendering. Isn't called during the pre-rendering. Preceding example modifies the document object model directly from for demonstration purposes only. Directly modifying the DOM with JavaScript is not recommended in most scenarios because JavaScript can interfere with Blazor changing tracking. For more information, see JavaScript interoperability. Async JavaScript calls. .NET method from. The reason JavaScript needs to be in the page has been rendered. That's what already was in there. There's a JavaScript invocable. Receive byte by array. That's triggered by not this one. It still doesn't explain. I know that the function file this one is loaded once I kick in the button on the Excel file. But it almost looks like it gets its own separate Blazor application. Do this. If I click this one, it will load the this one. I don't think I can break on this. HTML, why can't I break on HTML? That's too bad. This one is not loaded here. Let's try that. Click in this. Now you see all kinds of things happening here. Now it's getting active and it's already immediately in here. Nothing happening. Loading the runtime with the Blazor function in there. Yeah, and then nothing happens. Just said loading the function file, but the first time, apparently the function call triggered on this one. The highlight selection has not been executed. Let's try hitting the button again. Now it's doing this. And the call stack, can we see the call stack here? Yeah. See, Mono is doing something here. That's interesting. Now maybe we can. Yeah, well, now we can do this. That's good. Now we are in JavaScript. Oh, but now we already skipped this one. It's interesting to see that we now are actually debugging the JavaScript thing. And that one is working. So let's do this again, but now from the start. All kinds of things happening there. So close this one. Fill the cache again. Yeah. Now run F5 again. Loading that thing twice again. This is still not active now. So what we do now is hit this. There's the function file there. Let's put a break on that as well. It's not active. Function. See, now it's failing. It's making it red immediately, and it's not showing any break options. Now if we do the same, now we break into this one. By F5ing we now break into, oh, we didn't, oh, I went into the call stack there. That's the problem. Let's do that again. Maybe we can do the same with... let's see. Let's close this. It's no longer needed. What I'm going to do? Trying to break at an earlier time. Clear the cache again. Yeah. F5. Loading the task pane, but that's a separate thing. I'm not sure why it's loading twice, but now we have the index eraser file. And there should also be one on the Blazor function there. So if we hit the button, and now this one is skipped. Well, it will be delayed somehow. Why? Now the first one is skipped, this one is skipped. Really? I don't know. So it all is kind of working, but some things are loading twice and something loading is too late. The question is, why is this one too late? Nope. This is in call static method something. There. And here it's failing. Functions. See there, I think it looks like there are two. They have two separate threads. It's also a generic one. Tricky, because this part is apparently added by Office. Let's try to bring in the error message. Let's see if that's possible to get some more information. Apparently it still has issues debugging wise. Now, this is the debugger now showing for the index array. So that's basically the first one. First load. First render is true. We do see this thing loading twice in here. But it's not getting into the initialized section again. Now let's go in here and click this one. Oh, there you are. No .NET call dispatcher has been set. That's interesting. It's already in Google. I'm now Googling for Google. Smarty pants. Two years ago, I'm experimenting with Blazor apps and my page index loads to pass JavaScript array to Blazor when it loads while trying call method. I've run into an error. No .NET call dispatcher has been set. Welcome to Blazor. Who's saying this? Jan B. Developer at Infinity Loop. There you are. First, suggest reading the docs. Yeah. The way you include a script in your index.html means that the script is executed before WASM app is loaded. To resolve the issue, it's good practice to use JavaScript interop in on after render async lifecycle method. That's this one again. What is that's a script to resolve the issues? Good, blah blah blah. Lifecycle docs. If render should wait for the DOM update. Develop call state has changed. Blah blah blah. Component initialization. That's now 7. Also have 8. I think we are on 7. So let's copy this in my notes. Blazor lifecycle. The other page was let's have this one. There's a JS invocable thing. And here it's invoked by the after render async. That basically means that if we, what it's saying is, where's my Studio? Where's my Studio? Here. Is that if you call the function here, you should basically not go into the function as is specified in here. This one, maybe. But it looks like that he's suggesting that we should put that into in the on after render thing. But with the function, then we're specifying specifically in the manifest what function is called highlight this one. That's the function that's called. Well, the question is, can we, instead of calling this one, can we also call the say hello function? That's an interesting discussion, but I have to go into that in the next stream and do my research first a little bit on the documentation, because the life cycle is apparently a little bit off in the context of Office. Because what's happening is that if you press the button in here, function button, that will trigger loading the Blazor page. That's this one. And apparently it's not waiting for this to kick in the function call. This one. Because Blazor should be ready first. I also wonder if we just get this one twice. Yeah, good night. I'm also going to sleep a little bit. I think we are in the same time zone. It's now 11:30 almost, 11:27 in my place. I guess it's also in your place. So it's really bedtime, and I have to get up at 6 again to do my healthy stuff, running and things like that. So that's already a short night. But at least it was a good thing that we got things to work. This is timing issue, I think. Dispatcher. So let's follow Scott in that, and we are wrapping up here. Let's close this, and we are closing this one as well. Oh, that's here. Close here. Close this. I make a copy of the link there to read that. So now go back to the main window. So that was good fun. We had it kind of working a little bit better than last week. So we're slowly improving on the results. And in about 2 years or so, I think we are ready doing this. Yeah, but we need more investigation to get it up and running again. So thanks for watching. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and follow on Twitch. And then I will see you next time again. Probably next Thursday, but I will check that in somewhere. So see you later. Bye bye.